What's up? What's up? All right, so I'm back with another little episode of Lords Mobile here. And so the first thing that I'm going to talk about this time is I just got Colosseum. So I ranked up to castle level 10. And with that, I got the Colosseum. And I also got Kingdom Labors. Yay. So Kingdom Labors is kind of cool. You do these labors, you just do these activities, which are normally things that you're going to be doing anyway. And with those, when you complete them, so for example, tap your heroes on hero page to make emoji bubble appear one time. And you just got to keep tapping your heroes. So then you're going to go out here, you're going to pick a hero, and then you're just going to keep tapping them until the emoji appears. And sometimes it just takes a ridiculous amount of time. You gotta click kind of everywhere. And there we go, boom. When that happens, that's when you're gonna get it. Alright, so that said, those are really cool because, and I've already used mine. Let's see, is there anything I can do really fast? Yeah, so consume any 20 items from the bag. Research technology 5 times. That's an even easier, better thing. Maybe not easier, but definitely better. We got a Kingdom Labor. So I collect this. Got a Kingdom Labor. I go to Road to Riches, and I can collect this. It gives me 2 Technolabes. So as you go, you're going to collect these all the way up, and you can earn a bunch. You can fast forward it by spending gems. And every time you increase how much, it'll tell you what the reward is for that thing. So if you fast forward all the way through, you're going to have 114 Technolabes. And this is huge, guys. This is on a recent update. I can't tell you how beneficial it is not to have to worry as much about the research. And so if you go in here and you go into, just as an example, ranged offense, at level 1, it's kind of a waste to use it. So let me see what my highest level stuff is here. I guess level 3, you go research, finish with Technolabe, boom. And that's what happens. So you just use it, and you don't have to use any of these resources to get the job done. Later, there will be things that you have to use it on. So for example, as you get down into these, it says you need archaic tomes, which I don't have a lot of yet, but definitely something that you're going to want to gather over time. And you use it for research. If you use the Technolabe for this particular research, it won't require any of these resources, but it will require a bunch, all of the archaic tomes. And those things are expensive. So I need 17 now just for a base one, but as you go up, you'll need over 1,000 to complete level 10, and that's 810,000 gems. It gets really expensive really fast. So, and you need it for everything. You need it for, not everything, but you need it for a bunch of this research. At the end of military, you need it. One of my favorites is familiar battles. You need it for those constantly. Wonder battles, gear. It's just something you're going to really need a lot of. So, you know, save those up. Any chance you get them. I'm trying to work toward a level 13 castle now so I can show you this cargo ship. But what I really want to do in this video is show you this Colosseum that opened up. I wanted to show you the Kingdom Labors with the Technolabes, which is super cool. And I already showed you how to finish one up. I am just going to keep on going with my military and increase the speed of this and just kind of keep on using these things to get where I want to be. And now I'm out. So I'll have to do more labors later in order to continue to build those. But the point is, those are really awesome. It takes forever to get all the research done. And now they made it so much easier just to get a lot further. And it's a huge impact on the game. The research that you get is just, it can make or break the difference between you winning battles, or, you know, even just the cost of doing things and the time of doing things. So it's a huge benefit. can't overstate it. Now, Colosseum. So I've already got my defensive formation. What I've done is I've just put up my 5 strongest soldiers. What you're really going to want to think about when you're setting these guys up is make sure you have a tank. These guys are tanks. This is magic, and this one here is agility. And so you have, if you go over here and you look, everybody's got a little symbol next to them. So that's a tank, that's magic, that's agility, and that's pretty much all you're going to see throughout this. Not pretty much, that is all you're going to see throughout this. So they're either going to be a tank, they're going to have magic, or they're going to be agility. And when you're in here, it'll start to matter as you climb the ranks. So in this Colosseum, if you click info, you can see all the way down at the bottom, rank 4,751 through 5,000. This 10 gem idea is every 3 hours, that's what you get. So right now I'm at 0. And if I go into my battles, and what I want to do is I want to look at my defensive formation, the ideal army that I'm about to use. And I want to look here and I can see 2,881. Well, this guy here is 621 and 1879 and 1826. And what I can do is I can challenge these guys. They only have 2 heroes. I have 5 tries. And if I deploy, oops, guess I got to select my 5 favorite first. And then what I'm going to do, it said one Colosseum battle. So before I even sit here and watch it, I already know I've won. And I'm going to go ahead, since there's only 2 heroes, and I'm going to let this go through so you can see what it's like. You're not in control at all. This is locked on. You can't click it off. It automatically is going to use their powers as it goes on whoever they feel like using them on. And I went up 177. And why is that? Why did I go up that amount? Well, I switched ranks. My rank is now 5166. If I beat this guy, I'm going to be rank 5029. So it'll tell me the difference between the two, and that's how much I increased. Now, I have 2881. This is a good indicator that I'm probably going to beat this person, but it's not always perfect, right? So what you want to look for a lot of times is anything that says guard dot, especially guard dot 2000. You're not going to see those a lot in the beginning now, because not a lot of people are leaving our kingdom. But as people leave our kingdom, their characters switch over to guard 2000 from the rank they were. And if you run into those, they're usually very easy to beat. So something to keep an eye on. But if your rank is higher, you can just, for now, this gets more detailed later, but for now, just go in, and if your strength is higher, go in and destroy them. Now you can pause and you can leave, and you'll find out the results of the battle immediately, rather than sitting there waiting to watch it all. Constellations. Requirements: human, boosts attack 50%, magic attack 50%. Next constellation, after 5 hours, 30 minutes, it's going to be Beastman. And then those are the boosts that you're going to receive. And the boosts start to matter, so it's these guys with stars. When I'm thinking of my defensive formation, I can choose the people with stars, but this is level 1, and it's got just the white level. So, you know, compared to level 21 here with the blue level or the green level at 14. So those guys are much stronger. Of course, that's who I'm going to put into my defensive formation. If I was to switch that up, right, and I put these guys down here, my total might was 665, so it's not very much at all. But I want to put my strong guys up here for now. And later, it's going to start to matter how you structure these. How many tanks versus how many magic versus how many agility. For now, that's just a basic rundown of how to set your team up and what to look for. Level, first, second, color, and really what kind of strength you have on them. So if I have level 21 blue and I'm facing level 21 blue across the board, let's say every hero is exactly like that, and I have the exact same heroes as them, well, sometimes they're going to win or be stronger because they have more of these trophies hooked up to their people. Maybe they're rank 3, rank 4, rank 5. and they have way more trophies, and that makes a difference every time because, as we mentioned, you're getting these stats added on, and it becomes a huge difference. So that's almost what I drive at first when I'm focused on the Colosseum battles. I always want to drive first at my rank trophies and getting that rank up as high as I can get it. Second, I want to focus on the color, and then I'll add them into my lineup based on, you know, the current need or what I think is the best defensive formation. But when you're fighting somebody, you can click on their picture and you can see what they have, and you can decide, okay, well, against these guys, I think I can battle them with the guys that I have, or you know, I can look and change up my lineup, not on defense here, but when I challenge them, I can go in and I can change my lineup to go against them as best I can. Now, this one is an interesting one. I suspect I would win. No, I'm not so sure about that, actually, because they're level 21, 22, 23 across the board, and I need to keep on ranking my guys up before I go into a challenge like that. But a lot of times you'll even win stuff like that because they don't have any stunners. So what'll happen, and they also don't have this guy called Demon Slayer, which you'll learn about. Demon Slayer is quite a strong hero, because what he'll do is, as these guys clash against these guys, he'll come swinging into the back lines, and the guys who are normally protected, like Petite Devil and Prima Donna, these guys will start to get killed really fast by him, and they're not very strong against him, whereas he can kill them in 3 hits, sometimes 2 hits if it's strong enough. And he'll come over here and kill her, and then he'll circle back and kill her, and then he is going to already be dead from some of these other ones. So we'll go into more detail about that later on, but it's going to matter what heroes you use at what time against which army, so you're going to start paying attention to stuff like this. Now, if you don't like any of your lineup, you can hit change, boom, and hopefully the number will be what you want, the rank, and you'll also be facing somebody as strong as you want to face. So here, oh, boom, quest complete, reached number 5,000. I already know that I won this battle. Boom. So I'm going to skip over that part. And again, guard anything when I'm that high above them. I'm over 1,000 higher. I know I'm going to win this battle. Now, as you get higher, that doesn't matter as much, because a 19,000 person can beat a 22,000 person or even a 23,000 person, you know, without much thought or behind it at all. So, as you can see, guard 2,000, boom. This is what I was talking about. These guys are some of my favorite to fight. They're always all level 15. So I can come in here and I can just crush them every single time. Unless you're pretty weak. I mean, if you only have a couple heroes, you're going to find yourself in trouble very fast. Now, if you get 3 crowns, it's because all of your heroes survived. If 1 dies or 2 die, then you get to keep 2 crowns. And if any more than that die, then you go down to 1 crown. Doesn't have tremendous significance in the result at all, because in the end, you're still going to win what you win. Eye is bugging. Okay. And I got some more Kingdom Labors finished. Fighting the Colosseum. Boom. With somebody who has a constellation. So that's why I got that one. Then I can pop over to Road to Riches. Go back to the beginning where I was. And collect. Ooh, collect. And I got 4 more here. Now, I got these top ones because I purchased the Gold Pass, which is $5 a month, and I have 21 days left. And the labors, so chapter 1 goes for 5 days, I think it is. And then chapter 2, oh, here we go, yep. So it's like 1 week at a time for the month. So you got 4 weeks that it runs for, or something like that. And they run the time, and when the time runs out, you're going to go on to the next chapter. I can still earn from chapter 1 as long as it hasn't run out of time. So here There was a special little super gem where you go and battle dark nests, which we haven't discussed too much, but bottom line is it ran out of time and I'm not able to get that. But some of these ones here I can still get, such as that one. Complete phase 3 of solo event 3 times, stuff like this. View another kingdom's base info 1 time. So, you know, I can pop out and do that pretty fast. I can pop out to the kingdom map and I can go here into the world. I can click on another kingdom. It's going to take me right to their base. I can click on that, click base info, and now I can claim my kingdom or kingdom labor prize. Yes. So that's what kingdom labors are. That's what I thought I was already down here. In any case, so that's what kingdom labors are, and that's what Colosseum is on a very basic level. One other thing that I want to cover today is in these elite challenges. I'm going to go back 1 chapter, and you can see I've completed chapter 1 entirely, 1.3 through 1.18. There's 18 total in each one, including on normal. And right here, so for this is a good example. I don't have him. I don't have him anywhere. I might have 1 medal of him. Let's see. Nope, I didn't even get 1 medal the first time I battled. Only in elite, you're going to go here, and C-square medals are the things that can drop. I have 4 battles I can do, which take up 12 stamina each. So out of the 59 I have available, I can do 4. I'm just going to tap that once. When you go through, you're going to win one of these medals every 3 battles. And so you're going to hit, for every 30 tries, you're going to hit 10 total medals. And that's just kind of how the numbers play out. With intention, it's 30% of the battles, and it looks random sometimes, but that's what it equates to. And so I've gotten one of his medals. Now, if I continue to do that, right, I've got just 1 right here. And if I continue to use my brave hearts and continue to battle him as much as I can, now I am limited. I'm only allowed to do 11 battles per day against him right now at my current VIP. So 11 daily elite stage entries per enemy, not in total, but per enemy. So I can't afford to get him now. I've already used up all of mine. But I do have 3 out of 10. So next time I play after my reset, which is in my case at 1300, which is 1 p.m., you can come down here, you can click on settings and see when your reset time is. When it resets, I'm going to be able to go back into that and get him. And I can click here too, I believe. Yep. Now, once I complete 4-6 and 6-3, that'll give me more opportunities. And as I increase my VIP level, that's also going to give me more opportunities. So next time I have 14 daily, 17 daily at VIP 8. My favorite is VIP 12 because you can start opening all guild gifts, and makes your life a lot easier at that point. Also, my free acceleration jumped up to 15 minutes. Back when I was just VIP 1, VIP 2, you know, you get 5 minutes, 7 minutes, that's it. And for each day that you log in, consecutive logins, 3. So this is my 3rd day playing this account. Points tomorrow, 96. Eventually you get this up to 600 per day, and that's the highest it gets. And then every single day that you log in, you get 600 VIP. Seems like a lot. It's really not. Especially as you get up, because it just costs a lot to get up to VIP. Even 12, my main account is only at 13, and I have 600 million might almost on that one. So I'm right here, 40 minutes free, and I get to use unlimited elite stage entries. And that was the difference between 12 and 13. So when we're in this, okay, we're going to get this hero. Once we have 10 of those medals, then we're going to be able to hire that hero. So as you're going along in the elite stage, if you're seeing stuff that you don't own, that's why. You haven't gotten the medals necessary to hire them, and that's how you get those medals. Now, what's kind of cool is in the normal stage, at the end of each normal stage at 118, 218, 318, and so on, all the way up to 818, you get 10 medals of a particular hero. In this case, it was this guy right here. So I got 10 of these medals. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop in and just use the rest of my stamina, because if it hits 120, it stops building, and that's the maximum you can have at any time. So I like to use them all up so that it keeps building, and if it happens to hit the top, I'm good to go. We can just use those, get a medal for her. And again, extra medals after you've hired them are going to be used on the actual player. So if I go down here to her, I see I have 11 of 20, and that's very close to getting her to green. So that's the basics of hero stages. In between each hero stage as you're battling, so as I'm going through, especially normal, and I'm hitting these stages down here, I'm right here at 1. Before I go on to 2, I should look at my heroes and upgrade them, especially the ones that I'm using. Which heroes you choose also becomes important depending on what you're trying to do. So let's say you want to be a war guild or a war castle, a war player. You want to build up your troops and your troop strength. I've already talked about building one troop type, and so then you want to think about, okay, which troop type do I want to build? Let's say it's infantry, like me, okay? So she's cavalry, he's infantry, she is range, and siege. And so siege I don't really care about, but you need a healer in your group. Rose Knight is a healer, so if you've made your first purchase and you've already gotten her, she's really good to have on your team. She doesn't heal everybody. She heals one person, kind of whoever's the lowest at the time. And so she's useful in that way. Prima Donna here will heal everybody quite a bit. So it's always good to have a healer in your group like her. And both of them together are a fantastic combination. But let's say, for example, I want to build him up. She's strong. I kind of want to build up this guy because he's infantry. So when I'm thinking of battling, right, I look at my guys and I can say, okay, how do I know he's infantry? Well, right here, it's going to tell me infantry attack boost, infantry HP boost. So if I can get him up to gold, I'll get a 50% HP boost and a 30% attack boost. And then same thing here. This is range HP boost, range. That one's a trap attack. Range defense boost. So when I get to rank 4 with her, I'll be able to use that defense boost, and right now she already has a health boost. So you kind of want to think through, okay, for example, this guy, I want another attack boost. If I have 30% and 30%, my attack is now 60% higher if I can get both of those guys up to gold. So when I'm battling and I'm thinking of who I want to use this experience on, then you know, I really want to level up the guys that are going to help me in battle, especially if I'm going over here to research. I'm doing lots of military research, makes me stronger, and I want to have the right heroes who I also want to have stationed here. So when I'm looking at this, I also want to say, okay, who do I want my heroes to be? You got to have your main person on there. You can't take off the leader. And then I would want him in this slot, for example, not currently because he's weak and he can't do much, but for example, her. Now, she is not giving me a boost yet because she's only at research, but when she reaches rank 4, then my ranged max health will go up. And when I go to this wall, I'll be able to see that. I'll be able to see, okay, station 3 heroes. and I would look over here and I would see ranged health go up, but not until she's at that appropriate rank to make that go up. Infantry max HP, that's probably from her. So that's how you kind of assess who you want to have on your wall and what you're going to build. Now let's say in these battles, in this hero stage, who do I boost up over time? A lot of times you'll do hunting, and hunting is like pretty basic. The main people that you're going to hunt with are going to be Death Archer, Black Crow is a good one, Scarlet Bolt's going to be a good one, Incinerator and Snow Queen are okay, but they're really not at the top of the food chain as far as hunting monsters go. And I will kind of go into some more detail than that as to why. Some monsters require you to fight them with magic and some with strength or agility. And so you want to train, if you're going to be a good monster hunter and get lots of drops and be very strong in that way, you're going to want to do that. You're also going to want to buy packs, but I'll go into the whole monster hunting thing when we get that far in. Now, that all said, one of the last things I'm going to do is I've got my T2 now, and I'm building up some of my gladiators, my infantry. And if I go in here and I say attack, right? Oh, it didn't say it. Sometimes it'll say you're too weak. You're too weak for this. And I want to tell you, you're most likely not. All it's telling you is you're going to lose this battle most likely in the beginning. It's going to cause defeat. But if you attack and break down the wall the first time and then come out here and heal and then go back in and attack and then heal and then go in and attack and heal, even if it says you're weak, most likely you're going to win. You're going to figure out how to defeat this battle. And again, I skipped through this. I'm not making you guys watch this whole thing, but okay, destroy all enemies. So still got some enemies. See, and this is the process. You just go through, heal, and I have a lot less dead this time because I got some strength back. And they do not. They have 2,000, or wait, that's me. They have, well, they have a lot less soldiers. It'll tell us down here. So, for example, they have 225 soldiers, so I'm definitely going to crush them this time. Just like that. Boom, 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 dead. Oh, I've got to reach the siege. Now they have 0 soldiers. So that's all that looks like. Now I've won this little bit of land. I got some player experience. And I've got one of each of these, right? So I've got lumber mill for wood, I've got quarry for stone, I've got a farm for food, and I've got mines for ore. When you get these, you're going to be able to start building more of these. But what I would do is I would hyper one item. And I would do, like, for example, not farm, because your soldier eats food all the time. You'll see this number just continually dip down. It'll turn red every now and then, and it'll dip down, whereas these numbers always build up to their max. And you can tell how much. Upkeep per hour, 2,608. Food production, 2,875. So that's on this particular farm, and it's also got some boosts from my talent points. That's why it says 4,000, even though this is my only farm. The talent points that I have assigned up here are boosting that. So food production, it's giving me an extra 2% or whatever. So, and maybe one of these things is also doing it as far as my gear. Now, if you are training a bunch of soldiers, the more soldiers you train, the more food they eat very quickly. My main account is it's like 30 million food per hour. And so it's pointless to try and do a food hyper, in my opinion, unless it's just going to be, you're not going to train soldiers and then that's it. They also have something called food positive, so you're building a bunch of food and you can get it up to 2 million an hour. That way they don't eat it as quickly. But I'm just not a fan, because no matter how high you get that food, eventually if you want to have a good strong castle and troops, and whether you're defending or whether you're a very offensive military style person, either way you're going to want some troops to defend or to attack with, and those guys just eat and eat and eat and eat. And instead, spend your time doing things that build and build without going down for any reason. So, and it doesn't matter which one, but I do wood and ore in my main and my alt. So this is my second alt, right? I do 2 different hypers, but never food. And then I transfer them to a bank. It's another account without any troops in it. And I just take the max, right? So total stone storage. Once I get to the maximum amount that I can carry, which is 165,000 right here. So my total stone right now is only 4,000, but if I got up to 165,000, it would stop building. And then I could send it to another account and just transfer all that I have, and then keep this building, and then keep transferring, and then keep building and keep transferring. And that way I can store it there, and when I need it, I can transfer it back to myself. When you do transfer, it does have a tax. So right now, for example, my supply capacity is 225,000 at any given time per load, and they're going to charge me 26% tax on that. And as you go get this building higher, you can supply more at lower tax rates. Plus there's research to get that down too. But when it comes to resources, I suggest hypering one thing. Choose one of these items and hyper it, and eventually you'll go into a guild that has a bank, or later on you can create an alt that is a bank. Don't do it now in the beginning, because you're going to need to keep it shielded constantly. But that's the idea behind those. And one last thing I'll say is, see these numbers? This is kind of the last thing before I end this video. These are what you have out of your bag. These are sitting there out in the open. If your castle is unshielded and you get attacked, these are susceptible to get stolen. This vault will protect up to 300,000 of each of them right now at the level that I have it at. So as I upgrade that, it'll add on vault storage plus 50,000. So each thing I'll be able to then hold 350,000 and so on. Very quickly you're going to find that these numbers exceed those ones. And when that happens, if you get attacked, people will be able to steal whatever you have over the vault amount. Inside of these, you can click, and these are what's in your bag. Okay, so if you go down to your bag down here and you look at your resources, you can also see them here. And that's all stuff that's protected no matter what. So if these are all at 0, you're still always going to have this stuff in your bag. So don't pull it out of your bag and use it until you need it. And when you're clicking around and you're trying to upgrade things, like if I'm upgrading this, if I don't have enough for how much is required, then when I press upgrade, it's going to auto use, which is automatically pull from my bag, like this right here. It's going to automatically pull what I need from my bag to give me enough out of bag in order to use it on whatever I'm using at that time. Now, how much do you have in the bag? Well, you could sit here and count. You could say, okay, I have 35,000 food plus 36 times 30 plus 48 times 150 and so on. But instead, you can come up here to your castle and it'll show you. And it'll say, food from items. These are what I have in my bag. Hourly upkeep, maximum amount I can hold, hourly production, what's available now. All of this information is super easy and handy right here at your castle. So if you come up here, you're going to be able to use, you're going to be able to see what the totals are available, whether it's in bag, out of bag, your maximum capacity, what you're producing per hour, all that good stuff. So here I am going to do stone. Quarry, right? Yes, stone. And that's what I'm going to go ahead and build for my extras. And I'm not going to make you sit through that in this video, but I will definitely see you guys in the next one.